It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Raiders and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Thursday night.
We are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. They love the black and gold here in the steel setting, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Las Vegas Raiders. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here in the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Stafford going up top. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Now Stafford. He's going to let it go again. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Stafford. He's going to try and go deep again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Carr. And this will be caught by Edwards. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 12-yard line.
Carr going to throw. Quickly a slant to Renfro. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out 1st downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Jacobs again. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Jacobs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Lutz's kick is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying,
that's caught inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Well, he's been doing this for more than a decade now, showing that he's still got that arm strength from back when he was the #1 overall pick.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Now the try here for the point after. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department. This remains a 6-3 score. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
56.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. Operating from the gun, Carr. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Fielded just inside the 30. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And some space here. And he's got this down to the 35.
Let's go, baby.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. On 1st and 10, Stafford steps away to his left. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him, because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Now the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Brings up 2nd down.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. Tough running, but not a lot to show for it. They stop him shy of the 25. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Throwing his car on 3rd down. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
Go. 29 is the Mike 29.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Now Carr. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Will Johnson for the field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
And Lutz puts this one through. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2. Got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be...
There he goes left side. The 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
The extra point up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Defense wins championships, baby.
Another try after the first down sack. Carr under pressure. They got him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So this defense. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A big-time return there, 40 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
To throw is Stafford. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took...
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Matthew Stafford with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. Flushed out right.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. From the 22, Carr. Open man, that's Renfro. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. A big play there on the catch and run. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Shrugs him off. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he's loose again. 30. 10.
Not ready
5,
for us.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead.
Again, help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. No problem there on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. From the 10. And he returns this to the 22. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure? The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And this one is incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. He'll let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Single receiver.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. He finds his man, complete. That's McDonald. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now it's Stafford. Flush to his right. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now Stafford. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Make that now 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The extra point up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From the 10. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
And now here come the Raiders. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's Carr to throw. Try to lay one up deep.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 44. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Point after here coming up. And the route is on here in this first half. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 10. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Now Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And taken right on the 30. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On first down, it's Stafford. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And this... Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us.